we all, me included, said that the policy was very sort of dovish, a little bit more so than we would have expected. And I know you have a counter to that already. So over to you.
Yeah, Ira, we were expecting a 20 basis points increase in reverse repo simply because the operative cost of liquidity absorption through different DRR, auctions that has already gone up to 380. So 335 going up to 355 wouldn't have made a difference, and we thought maybe RBI will take that, kind of chance of increasing it. They haven't done it, but I would read between the lines, and what basically, they're saying is that from 1st January they're going to move, mainly the liquidity absorption to, the auction-based route, which is basically the February 20 liquidity framework that was there before the pandemic. They want to move towards that, which basically means that once they've increased the 14-day VRR quantum to 7.5 trillion by the end of December, the 28-day also can move higher from the 50,000 crore. Then your liquidity absorption at the fixed rate, reverse repo, might fall below 1 trillion. And then the overnight call money rate can, slowly start inching towards that repo rate of 4%. So in my view, in short, RBI has delivered a stealth tightening without telling you so. You have to read between the lines, and I think things will be quite different when you hit January, and you'll see that all the short-term rates are already adjusting closer to the 4% mark. So whether reverse repo is at 335, it becomes completely meaningless.
Vivek, do you agree with that interpretation?
I would say completely, Ira. Our thoughts kind of mirror what Kaushik just said. The whole premise for us calling for a 20 basis point hike in December was that the groundwork was already done between the October policy and the December policy. The money market rates, which Kaushik just alluded to, had already started moving up. In fact, the VRRR auctions were getting somewhere fixed around 3.95, 3.96, almost kissing the repo rate. So in our sense, a reverse repo move in December policy would have been largely a symbolic move. It was just catching up to where the money market rates are currently. The fact that RBI has chosen not to do it probably tells you that they are giving much more importance to Omicron risks at this point in time, despite sounding fairly confident on the growth recovery prospects, despite maybe raising a little bit of alarm on inflation, despite highlighting what other central banks are doing. I guess you had so many reasons to start the official commencement of the formal normalization process. You had just one reason to wait, and RBI chose that one reason to wait out. So hopefully, I guess we still have a little bit of uncertainty. If RBI is looking at uncertainty and this uncertainty continues to persist in February, then by the current logic, things will not be as clear as they are even now. So maybe we can be for a protracted period of uncertainty. However, if COVID were to be a risk which is somewhat more manageable, then RBI will completely go ahead with the normalization process.